No clarity. I can't see completely, complete vision. Huh? I have to wear again spec. Please. Just to make, we normally call the different type of pedagogy, right? Involving different methods. Same thing I would like to try here also, right? Particularly this kind of exercise needed whenever the afternoon sessions are there. Otherwise, in the morning session, straightway we can move. Now, one simple question, what you know about, what you understand NEP? What you understand, whatever it is. Let it be in simple word or in a complex word. Okay? In 3 Idiots that hero has told in that way only. I don't want the Chatura, his style of definitions. Anyone. Instead of me pointing, voluntarily you can just get up and tell something. Yes. Yeah. NEP is National Education Policy. Very good. Next. Process involves what? Most towards a student centric. Very good. Yeah. Okay. Outcome based education. Yeah. Yes, please. Skilled based education. Fantastic. Next. Choice based. That is fantastic. Any other points? Multiple entry exit, not multi, along with not disciplinary. Multiple entry exit, multidisciplinary learning. Yeah, fine. That's also. Any other thing? Convenience in continuing education, having a break and going back and coming again. That is also fantastic. Any other points? You know all the things. No need of continuing. Okay, we'll come one by one. We'll come one by one. Somebody said outcome based. Yeah, please. Yeah. Can you elaborate little bit? What is outcome based? Ready-made product. Yes. Anybody else? What is outcome based? Is of course correct. It is oriented towards that answer. Correct also. Not an issue. Yes. How you will come to know that is met or not? It's very good. Whatever you told is course wise, subject wise. It's a fantastic idea. Yes. Correct. Correct. Very correct. Very correct. So that means first we have to design the syllabus, defining what is expected, right? And we have to conclude whether we have met with that or not. Okay, entire particular framing of the syllabus, it depends on achieving, orienting along with POs of the programs COs of the courses. Correct? And designing or devising the question paper or devising the evaluation method in such a way that to confirm ourselves whether we have achieved the outcome or not. Am I correct? If it happens, it's 100% implementation of the NAP. Nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. Starting with the design, you are the owner of that particular course. Designing of syllabus, designing of question paper, designing of evaluation method, assigning the weightage, and confirming that outcome is achieved, program outcome is achieved. It is in simple way. Already we are doing this. Already we are doing this. But only thing is putting in a proper definition. As it is from 2018, 2015, step by step we are already started practicing this. Only thing is complete 100% implementation orientation is required to happen. That is not possible with the affiliation system. Where how the university is separate, KLE, IT, Chikodi, university only, then it is possible. Being under university, a lot of constraint, lot of rules, regulation need to be followed. All whatever rules, regulation they have said, that same thing need to be applied. So this is a constraint. But when you go to the university status, that is the main purpose of the NP also. In 2000 something around 30, 35 or 40, they want to see that degree awarding universities, research means research activity motivating institute also along with the degree awarding also. In between the institute which develops the persons into entrepreneurs, right? That is also. So that categorization is required. When we reach that particular stage, then we can say that implementation of NAP is 100%. We'll look at the history of this particular policy, because policy is not this time only it is done. It is being done, or it is the practice is there in our constitution from the beginning itself. So 1948, 47, immediately after the independence. Then 1953, 50, 52, 53. That time also actually it is thought of and some new thing is brought into education also. Again 1964, 66, under the chairmanship of Dr. D.S. Kothari. Then National Policy Education 1968, like that, so and so, so and so. Finally, Kasturi Rangan of Karnataka, right, under his leadership, this particular report was finalized in 2019. Implemented in 2020 with a government order. It is implemented in the video in 2021. Right? We are now 2022. Revision again, we are revamped the syllabus. Right? So that will come to know once again. Somebody said it is teacher, student centric. What do you mean by student centric? Yeah, please. More flexibility to the student. Means let him take any type of course as per his choice. If he comes to the engineering and he say that I want to study some lot arts college subjects, is it fine? KL it is possible. In KL organization it is possible. They have all varieties of organization. Definitely they will make arrangement immediately. Yes, you have to come and take the class. In GIT it is not possible. Some extent. Suppose if the medical subject is required to teach, Very much possible with a KLE. In JIT it is not possible. They don't have the medical branch. Within a permitted purview, the subject which are linked to the engineering domain only, such kind of subjects may be the part of the arts, commerce, business, management. Those kind of subjects we need to design and offer as a choice. That is what actually choice base. It's not altogether different, we cannot offer it. That can be definitely one or the other subject, they are linked to the technology, is 100% sure, but only thing is in our pedagogy, we have to make it sure that everything. So, but previously the totally it is teacher centric. Teacher used to decide how many tests he has to conduct. 80 marks were there, 20 marks were only the assignment in our time. But we used to afraid, we are worried much for 20 marks only rather than the 80 marks in our times. Even we are worried about even submission of the journal also in our times. Journal was carrying separate marks. Practical was carrying separate marks. Right? Even many of our friends depends on the internal and external examiner who comes on that day. They used to decide whether to appear or not. That was a situation in Bagalkot when I was in this one. One of our senior professor, Parvatikar, was head and retired now. Yeah, KLE also. Even KLE also, because the parallelly it is started in 79, I tell you, only except Padmanabhan, I think, only except Padmanabhan sir, rest all HODs are Hitlers only. I'm not supposed to use that word actually. Now the things are different. Don't imagine here now. Right? That was situation. Even some of the friends, our Parvatikar sir and one person used to come from the Gulbarga on motorbike. That one word was written, Halojenu something, that word also it written on that carriage. And he used to travel from there to just to take the Viva. He used to reach in the evening. All the first batch, second batch and third batch student used to wait at one corner of the room, one corner of that particular hall, just to give the Viva. It was a queue like somebody is, in the railway station or some other thing, in the similar fashion. Whenever these two examiners used to come, many of the students, they catch hold of the attender and they give it to him along with the 5 rupees. That 5 rupees is very costly then. It is 5 rupees was very costly then. 25 rupees was 1 month tiffin that time. Just imagine the value of the 5 rupees. They used to give the 5 rupees along with the journal, take my submission, give it to teacher. He used to refuse. No, you submit, come and submit there only. No. This was situation. That is called teacher-centric. Whatever he plans to have the examination pattern, whatever the knowledge, it's only knowledge sharing. It's only the knowledge sharing. Skill, ability and other things were missing those times. It was the same thing was there up to 2015 also. But 2015 onwards, choice-based credit system came into implementation and the first time revision was taken in 2015. Suddenly it is revised in 2017 because choice-based credit system was not very properly implemented. That why again the second revision has occurred in 17. Third revision with a choice-based credit system very properly implemented in the 2018 scheme. And the meantime, NEP, not only the choice-based, student-centric, to make the student-centric, whatever he wants, whatever he requires, whatever the industry requires, delivering that particular stuff, giving that kind of, say, the pedagogy, teaching, learning, adopting that kind of teaching, learning, that was a thought. That's why we are shifting slowly into that. Now 22 scheme, it is not 100% student centric. It's just one or two steps in that direction. Demerits, there are many things I need not have to tell. So totally what you can say that except knowledge, nothing, no other thing. Knowledge means whatever the subject, even I was witnessed in 2000 when my own guru became a first vice chancellor, Rajshekhar sir. I was with him for 3 years as a special officer, continuously taking one class in the morning 9 to 10 and immediately rushing towards the VTO, temporary office that is located in the KLE guest house. It started in the KLE guest house. The 2 rooms were allotted for us. VC sir used to stay in one room and we are in another room to work out. Other office started in this fashion. That time, up to that, the first day we revised the syllabus that time also. After taking over the VTU, all the technical organizations under one umbrella, we noticed that there is no change in the syllabus. Almost all the same thing. 70-80% was same. There is no difference at all. Even 2010 also, I was a special officer. I was looking after the board of studies. I made a difference. I made a chart. Particularly all civil, electrical, mechanical, computer science. Except computer science, rest all variation in the syllabus was maximum 15 to 17%. Not more than that. I have the file still. I have the syllabus from 2010 in my hard disk, separate hard disk and computer also. That was designed by me only. That was coordinated for the design. So same syllabus variation except computer science, rest all was not even more than 20%. But the computer science was 35 to 40% then compared to the previous version and next revision. Because computer science was the field was drastically changing. And that all need to accommodate in order to meet with the requirement of the industry. So luckily, the person who is very much interested in that particular to design the pedagogy according to the requirement of the industry, he was a chairperson that time. Professor Rajnikant, ex-principal of MS Ramaya College of Institute of Technology. Same time, one more professor, mechanical, the PD from the KLE, very beautifully the syllabus was designed. Civil, KLECET professor was a member that time. Electrical, Hiremats. Like that, some 4-5 this particular branch syllabus was so meticulously, so systematically developed, but still we find variation is less. But now if you see, the variation is drastic. Variation is changing. Almost all we are more than the 30 to 40%. Sorry. Only thing is, the education should assure the job, not guarantee job. One of the example recently happened with me. One person came into my office along with his father. His father was a retired person, and that fellow staff was completed his mechanical from KLE, and he came. According to the wish of my father, I completed mechanical, sir, no problem. But I resigned the job also. I'm not interested. I want to do the computer science. You kindly advise me. Then looking at the father, and he is retired, financial problem will be always there. Then I advised him. It's not a wise thing. You can always learn the computers and you can join always computer organization and serve in the computer organization. Why you want a degree? No, sir, it is my ambition. I want to complete one. Then I advised him, if you want to go really for computer science, you clear the PGCET and take the computer science PG. That is more suitable. Within 2 years, you will come out with a degree. He's clever. With the rank of say 900, he cleared the exams also. And then again he came to my office. Then he said, sir, whether I can take admission in the VTU or I can take in the GIT, or I can take in the KLE, or I can take in the BP. Why? I said, VTUs are only 25,000 rupees, salary, this one, fees. Rest all it is 1 lakh something. What is your expectation? Then I said, no, sir, only thing is they have to promise me job. Then I said, don't take my advice. None of the courses, none of the teacher, none of the college is supposed to guarantee for jobs. No, it's not our duty. We can guarantee that we'll make you eligible to perform well in the job. It's not our duty to get the job for you. No, we are not for that. In our time, we have never questioned this. It is a latest trend. Whether the companies are coming to your college, whether the jobs or opportunities are available, whether I will get the job or no. I said it depends on you. If you're not ready to perform well, if you're not ready to satisfy the requirement of the course, then you'll not be able to get the job. Then I said, don't take admission anywhere to that guy. If you want to save your father money, take here. You ask me, what is the library facility? How are the teacher? What all the other facilities are available for the students? You look at that. That thing will come automatically. That is what also the part of NEP. Facility, pedagogy, skill development, ability enhancements, supporting structure for all these things automatically leads to get the better job in this one. That is what NEP definition also says. So that is knowledge, skill and success. Becomes knowledge, skill. It makes person successful. This one, NEP emphasizes the holistic and multidisciplinary education to develop all capacities, all-round development of a human being such as intellectual, aesthetic, social, physical, emotional, moral in an integrated manner. That means attitude, skill and knowledge, which are the three sides of the triangle, and we say that success triangle. That is what completely it is mentioned in the definition. This is what I am saying it. The first one is we are doing it since from the beginning. In the education, we are doing the same thing. Basics, theories, information. We provide the information also. We teach the theory also. We teach the fundamental subject also. Right? And we put the fact also. This is this. If the fault occurs in case of machines, this will be the reason. These are the facts. Then figures, descriptions, learning, science, everything will be there. We are doing it. This knowledge is already there in the curriculum. But this part is not there. Self-motivation, self-confidence. Some teachers are parallelly they are doing it. More or less. Teachers, we are very sensitive people actually, I tell you. Right? We knowingly or unknowingly, we do mentoring. For a real teacher, if somebody comes and asks also, after PUC, we give nearly for 1 hour lecture continuously. We never bother. Even it is a problem with me also. Many times my wife says, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ರಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊರಿ ಅವ್ರು ಏನಂತಾರು ನಿಮ್ದೇ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಚಾಲು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. This also happens. Mentoring is part of our teacher. But systematically covering all these things, developing a system to keep the record of all these things, right? Making the format to justify that I have conducted mentoring. These are the effects. This is the outcome. Making the, teaching the student along with our knowledge, whatever it is there, the moral thing also, many times. So that covers here attitude. Attitude is very important. We all selected only based on the attitude. I tell you, my dear friends, I have selected in the JIT only because of my attitude, not because of the knowledge. Out of 10 questions, I answered only the 5 questions. But attitude. You can make out that this person can adjust with the team. This person can learn and teach also. If that confidence, if you give it in your interview, that is attitude, what we call it, that is enough. I am 100% sure none of the teacher at the time of the interview are satisfied 100% by way of question answer. I am sure. Am I correct? 100%. Right? It's a fact. Major component also this. Many times our action speaks many things, communicates many of the things. Then next is skill. This is very important. This was missing in our previous education system, and this is need to be strengthened, and that's why we are having the integrated course, separate lab course, separate skill enhancement course, separate ability enhancement course. Ability enhancement course is nothing but slightly covers attitude. Slightly covers attitude also. Right? So this is the main thing. Taking all this component in the curriculum design, or the curriculums are designed in such a way that even attitude is also covered, moral teaching also covered, skill enhancement is also happens. So that is the main thing. These are the 6 pillars while designing the syllabus. Major 6 pillars. Relevant curriculum. Recently, you might have seen the so many notices for 21 scheme. Am I correct? Syllabus has been changed just to map the book available and the portion. I think mostly you might have seen, because I am only sending that based on the input what I am getting, based on the suggestion what the board of study chairperson gives. I am not doing anything, but only I am following it. Just I am coordinating it. Why it is happening? Just 2 days back also, in computer science and engineering, there was one subject, the book was not available at all. The book which was listed is not available at all. Finally, they modified after 1 month. After 1 month of commencement of the class, they modified the syllabus and they submitted. I was a bit worried. At the time of examination, what happens? Some people will refer the old syllabus and majority people will refer the new syllabus, and it comes in the paper. Like last time it has come, no? Night fail, night passed, morning fail. I don't know, most of you people are not knowing it. What happened is, there was a mistake in the programming. Our theory SWE examination is 50 marks. Instead of, the same situation is happened in our case also. One of our professors, so-called Yoga Narsivan, you might have referred the books. ENC people and electrical people. He was very fantastic teacher, very fantastic teacher. And I think you might have heard of the D.H. Rao. That time, he just came back from the foreign after completing his PhD and he joined the department. And I was in electrical department. My guru and colleague, Yogananda Shivan, was also in electrical department. There was one examination, practical examination, and that Karnataka University rule was there, if nobody turns out, you can call the person from the other department and complete the exam. That was the situation. Then sir called D.S. Rao and say he immediately agreed. He was just in the electrical department just to say, hi, hello, I came back. Just to convey this message, he was there in the department, and that time sir invited him. Sir, you please act as a examiner. No problem, I'll sign. You complete. They did it. Around 30 students were there, and finally result came, all are fail. Yoga Narasimhan sir never fail any of the candidate. It was a record actually. That is also bad actually. Good thing either you give the correct marks or give the zero. There is a chance for the student to improve the grade, improve the marks. But this kind of evaluation, not making him fail, giving the very average marks. Finally, your result will be second class only. That is also bad. But sir was wondering, I never failed a single student in my life. It is a bad spot on black spot on my career. Let us find out. Then finally, these two people they went to the university. They came to know that practical which was there for 50 mark from that semester onwards it was made 75. That was made 75 marks out of 75, and passing is 50% only. So 35 marks. And these people, they thought that passing is out of 50, 25 marks. They gave him all the 25 for all the students. 25, 28, 30, 30, little bit less. So below 30 only, below 35 only, all fail. Finally, they went to the university. They submitted the mistake. They returned apology. They debarred for 5 years. They not participated in any of the evaluation. They are happy actually. In fact, they are happy. Oh, bhal aramat nodrappa iru evaluation illa, practical like that. That was the situation. What I'm telling is, relevant curriculum design is very, very important because you have to first orient what are our POs. What based on the POs, each subject has to orient to one or the other POs. One or the other POs. That is keeping in mind, the board of studies has to design this particular syllabus. They have to see the requirement of the local, requirement of the global, industries, and how this can be achieved, whether the books are available for this or not, whether the material is available for this or not, whether the person is ready for this or not, whether the teaching assist or help is getting or not for this particular subject. That also we have to see. That part is still, it is need to improve more than the 50%. It is not happening. It is required to happen. It is only 100% possible when we become independent university, separate college. So we only will design like a NICMAR. It is not affiliated to AICTE, not affiliated to UGC also. It is not, they are not caring at all. They are not bothered about applying to AICTE, UGC, state government, UTU, something. They are totally independent, but still they are recognized organization. Per semester itself is a fees is more than the lakhs. Why? It is 100% sure that the person who joins to that particular organization, he will come out with the offer letter not less than 10 lakh or 12 lakh. That is a guarantee. That is a way of the syllabus designed. That is a way the organization is linked with the industries. Industries in the organization I am talking about. That kind of development they have done it. You look at the BITS Pilani also. They are not filling any AICTE form, they are not filling any UGC form, they are not at all bothered also. Their examination patterns are really fantastic. If that evaluation pattern is adopted here, definitely it makes a lot of impact, a lot of change. So, engaging pedagogy, involving 100% and teaching, how best you make them to understand. In my case particularly, even for examination also, even in the class also, I never take attendance. Of course, 1 or 5% absenteeism will be there. However, very best teacher also, if you say that I am not going to take attendance, 5%, they don't want. It will be there. It is because of the system that what brought up. During the practical examination, I found that the girl came and told, sir, I have not conducted these labs. I was in home because of ill health. I conducted only the 5 experiments and rest all the 5 experiments I not conducted. Then I said, I will explain once, which you are not learned. Listen it and do it. That only. Then I explained it, how to do this, what are the readings they supposed to take it. Without conducting experiment, I explained her. She was the first girl to come out of that hall, including Viva. That is what a learning. We have to assure that learning happens even in the evaluation also, examination also. Otherwise, ಅದು ಭೋಜರಾಜನ ಕುರ್ಚಿಗಳು ಇದ್ದು ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಆ ದಿನ್ನಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಬೇರೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಂತ ರಾಜ, ಅವ ತೆಳಗೆ ಇಳಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅವನ ನೇಚರ್ ಬೇರೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಂತ. 100% correct. When you define yourself that, when you justify your that whatever the marks are given, I have seen that learning is happened. That's the end of it. Nobody will question. I'll come to that also. I have given the assignment which is not there in the scheme at all. And I have given the 50 marks. I'm handling the subject there also. Robotics and automation class I'm taking there. Particularly instrumentation subject. So there, assignment I have not followed any of the schemes and something. I made 5 batches and I gave them the 5 industries. One of the power plant, windmill, sugar industries, and Indal, Bemco, milk industries, and one of the foundry near our university. And I took them to all the team to one industry. I told my subject instrumentation. Instrument is not only the measuring the quantity, it is the processing it. Acquisition comes, data collecting also comes, processing also comes, and controlling also comes. Right? If I measure the temperature of the furnace, what is the use of this? What purpose I am using it? I am making out from that from if this temperature exceed a particular limit, the metal will become vapor. How to control the temperature? That limit, that parameter, I am utilizing for controlling purpose. So I am acquiring that data, I am processing it, converting it to digital form, analog form, and putting into action for the electronic circuit. Automatically control happens. So this is I explained to them. What are the instruments? What are the readings they are taking? What purpose those readings are used? How those data can be processed for the application purpose? I tell you, my dear friends, all the 30 students, they come out with a very beautiful reports at the end of the semester, and not conducted assignment, not conducted quiz, not conducted test. Only based on that report, I have given the marks. I justified myself in front of registered evaluation also. I said, I have conducted this, sir. This is more than enough for us because they know completely my subject and where this applies. That's enough. So this way of designing and effective pedagogy is required. Confirming yourself that learning is happening. Students are learning, definitely. That is more than enough. Sorry. Transparent assessment procedure. Complete. Sometimes some of the teacher will not give the books also, assignment books also. Hey, marks ಹಾಕಿದ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋನಿ, ಯಾಕೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ತಿಂತೀಯ? Many of the teacher in our time, so some of the senior teacher, without number, based on the number also, they used to make the valuation. 25, 24, 23, 24, 25, something, sometime. 1 or 2 people, not all the people. Oh no, that is also. No, it's not applies. Some very rare example. But transparent means you have to open it, give it to them. If they say, sir, this is a mistake, you're supposed to give the marks to me, either justify yourself or accept it, update it. Nothing wrong. That is transparent assessment. Not only limited to the test. It applies to all kind of evaluation methods. It applies to all kind of evaluation method, whatever you say. Right? Then student support system. We call about the ICT classroom. Internet and communication technology. So that becomes very easy for the teaching. You are teaching at the same time the animation also appears, and animation also goes on changing according to our explanation, and that will make more effective. Lecture writing on black and white board will make only 20% learning. If I say that whatever I told so far you reproduce it, only extraordinary persons will reproduce it 100%. Otherwise, rest all people 10% they reproduce it. That is only 10% learning. If you show them pictures, learning level increases to 40%. People will remember the pictures. If you show them the movies, ನಮ್ಮ ಟೈಮ್ ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಮರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಾವು. ಈಗಿನ ಮೂವಿಗಳು ನೆನಪು ಬರಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. ಇವು ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಹಾಡುಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಈಗೂ ಅಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ. ಆ ರೀತಿ ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ that level of remembrance. ನೈತಿಕ ಕಥೆಗಳು in our times, all those stories are based on the animals only, which are reflecting the human characters. Because we remember this. Still those things are still remembered. Why? Learning level is high. If you ask the student to present, study, prepare and present 100%. Whatever the topic you are taking it, ask the student to give one topic, ask them to prepare, present. I tell you, he will study himself, he will clarify the doubts with you. Then finally when he comes here, he presents, and if he is able to answer the questions, 100% learning. Otherwise nowadays presentation also happens just by memorization also. ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ನೀವು ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ದಾನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. ನೋಡು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಮುಗಿತ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್. ನಾ ಹೇಳಿನಿ ಸರ್ ನೀವು ನೋಡು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಬೇಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ, ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಿಂಗಾತ. ರಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್. Means the way of question you have to make them to learn. That is important. So that is a transparent assessment. Student support system, that is what Arizona State University. Arizona State University, if you just try to, go through that particular website, you will get the lot of videos, zip files. Lesser in size, very much lesser in the size compared to VLC files. Yeah, flash, particularly flash. Those I tell you, those kind of the videos will be given to the student well in advance. That is called flip classes. And the student will go through that, and the discussion will happen only in the classroom. To give that kind of facilities, we require the student support system. I tell you my dear friends, in my career I have given realization of all electronic circuit by Excel. It was one of my project. There's one book is also available. I'm completely on that. All kind of circuits, starting with the diode, the transistor, the FETs, other timer. We used to get the slight kind of animation and even the waveforms also. Nobody was ready to take that project, I tell you. Sir, it will not be called as a project. We are writing on the Excel. But finally I convinced one of the batch, we did it also, and that was accepted by the external university also, no problem. See, learning add you are creating. You are helping for teaching. You are helping for the pedagogy. Even I was having one more idea to come out with the animations only. Some of the students, they learned the animation also. They created some animation also, which is going to help for our teaching. Yes. You can give this kind of problems also. You can give this kind of project also. Nothing wrong. Unless until you say that, you have to find out that what is the skill. That is, one of the student was having very much attached with the animation kind of softwares. Finally, I created some power plant animation, something which was available also. That kind of, we did it. That is what actually the support system. That kind of support system, if it is available everywhere, simple. We see the American movies now. Suddenly the glass is there. Suddenly they move the hand. All the word picture will come there. What is happening on the other side? They communicate with them. So many very high level things they show it to us. That to happen, we required internet and communication technology. That's all. All that kind of facilities are required for the student also. If I sit in the garden, if Wi-Fi is available, fantastic. Learning become easy. Even in my class also, I say the student to keep your mobile on the desk only, and I ask the question based on, you search it, Google it, read the definition and try to tell. Google will not give all the time the correct definitions. It will give all garbage first in sequence way. But only the person who is wise enough, who can understand the correct one is this, who can analyze it, ability, attitude, enough. He can do that. Many of the teachers, we are not good in drafting the letter. If somebody says, one leave letter bari andre त्रास चालू आकत नमक. May be correct. 10 years back, I was also correct. One fellow wrote the letter. I'm going to the village to sell my land along with my wife. Please grant me 2 days leave. ಏನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕು ಎಚ್ ಡಿ ಅವನು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾರೋದಲ್ದ ಎಂತಿನೂ ಮಾರಕತ್ತಾನಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಾನವ. ಅದು ವೈಫ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಆ ಕಡೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟವ. There was one advertise. Steno wanted, male or female. Right, it was there. And this fellow wrote, according to your advertisement, steno, come some clerk. Both posts were required. He wanted to say that I am good in both the things. By mistake, the male and female he kept on other side and said that as I am both, I am eligible for this, both the positions. My God. This is a hazards of the English communication. Thank God that now ChatGPT is there. Quillbot AI is also there. Grammarly is also there. Fantastic. Quillbot, if you download and keep it, draft it randomly. I'm not good at grammar also. I'm basically from Kannada medium. I dropped according to I wish. I put everything in the Grammarly. Automatically fix it. Covers 100% grammar. Take it to paraphrase. You put it in the paraphrase. Click 2-3 times until you get to the beautiful sentence formation according to your liking. Cut and paste it. End of it. Nobody's question? See, using this technology, we have to become a facilitator. We have to advise. We have to give this information, this kind of information. That is what actually. So this is also part of the student support system. Then continuous professional development. Training is also must. New thing, new technology, new information, all needs a training. Only this our engineering teaching profession is not having a training, but rest all the professions are having a training. Law is having a training. Medical is also internship is there after the 5 years intern, right? They go on expertization. Then only they take the syringe and other thing to process further. Otherwise, no. But in our case, directly after the MTech, even directly after the B also. After B, we joined the profession. There is no training, there is no teacher training, but this is required. This is what actually one of the requirement in the NEP. Research and innovation. Maybe research is related to the pedagogy. Research may be related to the subject, which will further strengthen the syllabus, which will strengthen the pedagogy, which will strengthen the attainment POs and COs. That also. Or research may be something, some innovator will come out, some entrepreneur will come out, and he will provide the jobs. So this component is also very much essential and required. Implementation, difficulty in implementation is only. Implementation is difficulty. 100% implementation. First, I tell you, my dear friends, this MCA, BCA program, initially it was brought into picture just for only 3 or 4 years. Later, the government wanted to cancel that and continue with computer science engineering program only. Reason behind is requirement of the computer science strength was more globally or in the industry. But the organizations are never, it was not possible for them to supply that much of requirement. That's why they started the BCA and MCA programs initially, with the condition that we'll run it only for 4 years or 5 years and later we'll close it. They didn't close it, that's a different thing. But now you see the effect. Salary offered to BCA and MCA is less. Previously, salary offered to the engineering was high. Now you see, salary, same kind of salaries are also offered to the engineering students also. According to scale, the quality comes with a price. Quality comes with a price. Of course, it is not affecting the teacher. Good teacher never think on this. His always performance will be better only. It is one of the, we can call it as a inbuilt nature only. ನೀವು ಪಗಾರ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಂತ ಮ್ಯಾಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅರ್ಧ ತೆಳಗೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅರ್ಧ ಮ್ಯಾಲೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅರ್ಧ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಹೇಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅರ್ಧ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಫ್ ಡಿ ಎ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರಪ್ಪ, ಫುಲ್ ಡಿ ಎ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆ ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ಡಿ ಎ ಫುಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೋಗಿ ನೀ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಹಿಂಗೂ ಅನ್ನಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. We do our duty performance, that is different. But still encouraging factor is quality comes with a price. Like FDP, we have to have the MDP also for management development programs. You don't believe it, but in Maharashtra it happens. Yashodha Training Institutes, one Mr. Revankar, government appointed person, he trains IS officials, management trainees, higher level of the board of members, including the management of organization. As a management, duties are different. They have to see that their organization should reach the top. That is also very important. As a teacher, our goals are different. So even there also the faculty development program like development program is also required. Otherwise, implementation, quality achievement is not possible. Make all the education up to PUC 2 or even diploma, ITI free. Engineering, you make it 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees. You are helping the nation to develop the skill forces which are required at a different levels. Otherwise, management seat we say, in most of the colleges they give that particular seat lesser than the CET rate also. It's happening or no? It's happening. It's happening in Belgaum only, one of the 2 colleges. Management seat they say. But the price, if you look at the person who has paid 30,000 rupees, I have given 30,000 sir, management seat. But the CET fee is 75,000. Just for the sake of filling up the fees, if you lower your quality rates, quality will not be met. If the wise student, less number ranked student comes into the class, our preparation level goes high. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ಕೂತ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ನಾವು. Am I correct? ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಹುಡುಗರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಏನು ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ ಅವು 10 ವರ್ಷ ತನಕ ಒಯ್ಬೋದು. ಅದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಧೂಳ ಜಾಡಿಸೋದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಡೋದು. ಈ ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮುಗಿತು, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಇದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಬರೋದು, ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್. Sir, this is very tough. It's not possible to teach. You better resume the previous syllabus. In the bracket, I have the notes. Books are not available. Only we have to Google it to get the information. Sir, it is very difficult for the student, not for the teacher. This kind of complaint comes. See, the quality will come and the teaching, learning, pedagogy will improve when if each student start asking question, why, what, why this? Teachers also has to prepare in that same direction, same line. This will come with a quality and a price. That why the foreign university fees you see, degree level fees are very high. But whereas the fees for up to PUC2 and other level, it's a totally government nominal fees. Fee ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಕಲಿಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಮಿನಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. So nominal fees. That is a concept is missing in India. That why 100% is not happening. We have to eliminate so many colleges who are not performing well, and only the college who remains at the end, they become independent university and their rates also will be high, and only the people who are wishing to see themselves in the higher position they will take the admission. They are very serious about the career. They are serious about the curriculum. They are serious about the learning. And in real sense, tutorial will happen in a tutorial way only. Now tutorial naku class 2 3 plus 2 1 credit 1 hour ಇರ್ತದ 1 plus 1 ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಯಾರು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾವ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡೋರು ಲೋಡ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಆತ ಲೋಡ್ ತೋರ್ಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಆಯ್ತವ. So in tutorial we are not conducting the tutorial in real sense as a tutorial. We have to only solve the problems which are submitted by the students. Now question hogi problem hai ki ನಾವು solve ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. That's not happening. Pedagogy, that is what I'm telling it. This will happen, I told the link. That is also, I thought that is also maybe the one of the, you see the ancient history only, Mahabharata, Ramayana, only the learning, particularly all Pancha Pandava and other, all the royal family people will go to only one particular guru. Other ordinary people are not entertained by that guru. Why? Raja ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಿದ್ದ ಅವಂಗ ಒಂದು ಊರಿನಿಂದ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಪ್ಪ ನಮ್ಮ ಹುಡುಗರು ಕಲಸು. That was, but at the same time the free education concept was also there. You know, in the Nalanda, what is the student staff ratio? 1:4. Can you believe it? Open, Google it, you search for the document, definitely will find it. 1:4. If there's so many choice, if you give music, other arts, commerce, management subjects, other lot of, see the electives, lot of open electives, lot of other subjects, options, verticals, different verticals, control system one vertical, the machine design one verticals, the power system one verticals, right? Embedded system one verticals. Many options if you give, that many number of expertise also required, that many number of teachers also required. That time you're not supposed to see that your load is less and we are paying less. No. Even if you're getting 1 hour class in 1 week also, same. That kind of see pedagogy needs, and that is possible with quality comes with the price. Adequate student support system, training program, a teacher, important to research, innovation, all this implementation fact. This all the exercise we do it at the university level to frame the syllabus. We take it from the industry, we take it from the alumni also, we take from the student also, we take it again from see AICTE compulsion subjects, you know, all this. Indian knowledge system, this time we are going to implement in the 6th semester. It's a beautiful actually. Some of the concepts which are those times only, our technology was much more ahead comparatively. We are wondering, still if you see the temples and other things, how that Gopura and other things are built. Yeah, architecture without any pillars, columns, still the structure is intact. So many things to learn, right? So like that, other from this is a process. We take a input, we frame the draft syllabus, we up to it, we give it for a feedback. Only because of NAC and NBA people are responding for the feedback, because it is there. Points are there for the NAC. Have you communicated with the university? 10 marks. What is the way of communication? Nobody there, not telephonic communication with the Halbami. Yeah? Communication means mail, written communication in the terms in academic means. What is the way? Whenever syllabus comes, go through it properly. Give the feedback in such a way that the board of studies can think twice and immediately they grab that letter and try to implement the correct the syllabus framing. That is the thing. Otherwise, in Nona, sir, syllabus book is not available. That is not a communication. So, involvement also, many times when it comes involvement, I have seen when the semester starts, when the subject starts, then the real feedback start coming to us. That time it is too late. We can't change also. But when you display and circulate, draft syllabus, ask for the feedback, involvement of the teacher is very, 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 very important. ಹುಡುಗರು ನಿಮ್ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ 20-30 ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಕೂಲೆ ಬಂದು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್ ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳು ಸರ್ ಸಾಕು how much happiness you will get. This is what happened with me also in Mauritius, even in Bali. There one of our the Hassan staying person, he is working with a satellite there in the Mauritius. Many there Kannada Sangha is also there. We came to know later. They came to know just through one person, and they 4-5 people, they came and met me. I was there for 1 week. No, this kind of happiness that what you are getting, that's enough. So that is involvement and pedagogy, involvement and teaching. Main thing is involving yourself in the feedback and designing of the syllabus of the university also is very important. These are the different courses which you already know it. In your scheme, when you go through the scheme, you will come to know humanities, social science, basic science, engineering science, emerging technology, programming language, professional core course, professional elective course, open elective course, integrated professional core course, practical and theory mixing, project work, mini project, seminar, field survey, study, course project also. What do you mean by course project? No SEE examination. There is one subject we are introduced this time, not one, 2 subjects, particularly for the branch electronic and computer engineering. It is in our university. This time second year students are there. Already started in last year. In a 3rd and 4th semester, we have the SEE purely course project. No other component. With whatever the things they are learning out of that particular course, they have to come out with a project work. Teacher has to guide very properly. Teacher has to give the project ideas properly. This is one of the component, what the different method we can think of that we implemented in that particular course. If it is successful, definitely similar kind of courses also required in other this one also. So like that skill development courses, universal human values, these are all the compulsory because we are now becoming, we are running away from the humanities, humane. Our slogan of university also, Madalu Mahanavalla, Manavanago. That is one of the important thing, right? So main thing, even now Gadi drive madatnag yavari auto now bantandre, ekatti banang bartana. We look at as if that donkey is coming. That is not humanity. No, that is what required that purpose. These courses are included in the syllabus curriculum. These are the additionals. Biology, the bird flying, inspiration for aeroplane design. Spinal cord, inspiration for turning towers in the Dubai, Saudi Arabia, whatever it is. Like that, there's so many linking this particular subject to the technology is very important. So efforts are made. I think 80% we are succeeded in the biology also. The things are being linked with this particular thing still. But of course, medical applications are more. Medical applications are more. While introducing, one of the ladies said that, okay, I have published so many papers. But I tell you, my dear friends, what I did is, in which field number of papers are easily published and in a good journal, Elsevier. I came to know that nanotechnology is a recent trend. Chemistry faculty are there, definitely they can agree with me. One of the professor who is RM Kulkarni from GIT was my best friend. Initially came to me, sir, I will teach the material science in your subject, electrical. I gave him. Then second time he came, sir, we'll do some project combinedly. Interdisciplinary project, any of it is required. This is 8 year back story, I'm telling it. Almost all, I started just my PhD work. Late start, right? I completed my PhD in my age of 57. It's of no use. ವಯಸ್ಸಾದ್ಕೂಲೆ ಮದುವೆ ಆಕಾರ ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗದು. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಗೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. But I'm happy because automatically paper being published just because of my previous connections. So first paper with the chemistry, what I did is development of an electrode, nanoparticle coated electrode, which will sense the medical parameter. By coating of the nanoparticle, the sensor, that enhancement level of grasping the data speed increases 20 times. Enough, that becomes one paper. TiO2, graphite, coating, there is one more paper, 2 more papers. Supercapacitor, capacitor with a coating with the nanoparticles. Checking the capacity. If it stores the more number of charges, end of it, that becomes one more paper. See the simple concept. So like that, I have published so many number of papers. My research papers are hardly 4 in my line. Rest all, it is interdisciplinary with the students. Even the students who are involved, they got scholarship in the abroad and without any fees, something like this, because their papers are published in the Elsevier. In foreign, they prefer the such students and they give the total waiver of the fees. That is also thing. It's also plus points. These are all additional things what we can come out with the interdisciplinary category, and these are all, AI tools using in all the stream. Then activities, AICTE based activity, we are not taking it very seriously. Even the project also we can carry out in the AICTE list. We have take out the project, we can take out the project also, we can complete project also. We can link our curriculum to that particular activity also. Then action point, student centric, multidisciplinary, mechatronics, it's a multidisciplinary, electronic and computer, multidisciplinary, smart agri-tech, multidisciplinary. Like that, the courses also becomes multidisciplinary. Electronic is required everywhere, digitalization is required everywhere, computerization also required everywhere. If all other branch people also, they start integrating the electronics and the computer into their curriculum, it becomes in a real sense multidisciplinary. That is the concept behind this. Focus on the fundas. Fundamental is very important. Foundation ಗಟ್ಟಬೇಕ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Foundation ಗಟ್ಟಬೇಕು. Basics fundas need to be taught. What is this tool? How it can be used? That is enough. He will start using himself. Other one theory subject ಇದೆ ಕಲಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. Fundas you have to tell how it works. That is enough. So that is the main thing. Mapping POs and COs with the industry needs, requirements. So that is it. Industry. One more very important. This time we have almost all involved industry person in each of the stream. Civil, mechanical, electronic, electrical. You will find some of the industry course. And already industry people have conducted the training session for them, including computer science, electrical also, I'm telling it. So that is one of the requirement. Only thing we are a little bit careful because some of the industry persons, they come with some kind of expectation. They want themselves, they only want to teach their subject and they want remuneration out of that. So such people are avoiding it. This will slowly go on disappearing, and finally the industry will find place in the university, or the university will find place in the industry. When that becomes 100% implementation of NEP, and even all our salaries and other component is also very fantastic and to the point. Blended mode of teaching, online and offline. UGC says that 40%, 20 to 40%. We have not implemented even 10%. Only at the final semester level, we have open and open elective and professional elective. We have kept it in the blended mode, online. But we have to go for blended mode for 40%. That will also help the student to learn anytime, anywhere, if the videos are available. Otherwise, in a comfort, the teacher being in a room, house only, at 7 o'clock, he calls for the class. And definitely the student will see along with that, whatever the media, laptop and other things they start learning. So that is a comfort, convenient, because this will happen then when the industry person will also participate in the teaching learning. I have visited Velankar MBA school. There I tell you, 80% of the faculty are not at all regular faculty of, not 80, 60% I mean to say, not regular faculty of organization. But the demand for their school, almost all is second and third in the list. They conduct PGCET for 11 months. Next year admission, just immediately after the 2 months of admission, they will start. For admitting MBA student only, they take personal interview, group discussion, presentation, written test. But here we are not doing it. That's why MBA students are coming and many number of MBA students are graduating. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಪಾಪ, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? That is a pity thing. So in real sense, that skill you have to see and we have to admit. When that level will come into picture, 100% implementation of NEP will happen. So use of ICT, Internet Communication Technology, assignment, group discussion, quiz, field survey and reports, the course project, etc. So many different kind. Now just I will have a break and I will ask, can you tell me any of the evaluation method which will be more comfortable? Trust-free learning. Other one, assessment, evaluation method. Many people will not participate. Now I want to adopt for this our curriculum, in the curriculum, so that I want to make it trust-free, comparing to existing system. SW ಬಂದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹುಡುಗರು ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್, ಆ ಗುಡಿ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಲು ಗಿಡದಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಫೋಟೋ ಇಟ್ಟರು ಸಾಕು, ಅದ್ರ ಮುಂದೆ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಇಟ್ಟು ಹೋದ ಪ್ರದಕ್ಷಿಣೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಬರ ಚಾಲು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಹೌದಲ್ಲ? ಗಿಡಗಳು ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಗುಡಿನ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬೆಳೆದ್ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಹುಡುಗರು ಅಷ್ಟು ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನ. ಅಥವಾ ಗುಡಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕೂತ ಓದೋದು, ಅದನ್ನ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಓದಾಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಇದು ಆಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ? Which kind of evaluation system? I will tell you one method. See, there are 5 topics, 5 marks, 5 modules. First evaluation, I will cover 25%. I will adopt one method. Either completely assignment, either completely project, right? Either completely maybe the design kind analysis, end of it. Student will submit. I will not cover that particular portion once again in the SW. I will leave it. It's fantastic idea, no? Burden is also less. I will leave that. Already learned, you have exhibited, you have made it. You know it. What is that contain, where it is, which book, which page. Not required. Second, conduct a test. 20 mark test. Limit only that portion. Third, ask for the presentation or project. Second portion is already over. First portion is already over. I am focusing only of this portion, 25% portion. I am focusing on the project. Just its idea. And fourth one is final one more examination. He has to answer only for that particular portion. How fantastic it is. Maybe the open book examination, which are not readily available, answers are not readily available. Only if you are read that particular books once or twice, you'll be able to make out where the equation is available, where the idea is available. Otherwise, that day only if you come with a book and starting the searching the index and searching the pages, you'll not be able to score even 25 mark also. This is what the method which is adopted in the BITS Pilani. Actually, I witnessed for that. Still, my grade is not more than C grade. Tell you, once in the control subject, it was went down to the D grade. I wrote 2 pages of letter to them. Kindly give me one more chance to improve my grade. And there is no failure. There is no fail making him to sit and blame the university, blame the teacher, blame the college, and appear so many times and clear. No. Performance is poor. Knock him out. Poor people also able to perform some level of work. They will get job. They will continue. Why to say that failure? Failure is word is not used in some of the university. Not successful. Enough. They feel that it is sin to use it. It hurts. It forces into mental illness, depression, present word. Yeah? So, not successful. That is enough. If this kind of the evaluation, if you adopt it, that also supports a 100% trust-free kind of learning. I tell you, my dear friends, learning will happen much better than present evaluation systems, compared to present evaluation systems. Flipped class, yeah, this is one example which I shown last time also when I was here for first year students. And still that time, he wrote a letter, he wrote one sentence here saying that all these animals will represent the different ability in the human beings in the same class. In the same class, the nature of the animals will reflect the nature in the human being. Monkey, naughty. Elephant, ready to work hard. Like that. Okay? Wiseness. So if you put a common question paper, who is going to climb that tree? He is a first class. Rest all fail. What will happen? Only monkey will qualify in that test. Rest all will go. If evaluation method also, if you do group wise, why we are conducting the so many different type of the evaluation method? Because one or the other method, the student will perform better and he make up his average marks. That is the reason behind this. We are conducting quiz also, we are conducting assignment also, we are conducting test also, we are conducting presentation also, we are conducting project work also. Why? What is the reason is, so that whichever the evaluation system is the best for that particular student, he will make 100% in that. In rest all he makes average. Finally, he is a CGPA, he is a better. That is the idea behind that. But still in that also, if you are able to give the assignment based on the individual student for the same subject, that will be fantastic. But teacher effort, lot of effort is required. May not be possible with some of the subject to adopt different method at all. But in some subject it is definitely possible. Formative assessment, continuous assessment, actually as per the NEP, we have to give the 80% of the marks for the internal and 20% for the external. Still the people are fighting, our board of studies members, they say that no sir, if you give internal mark, nobody will learn. Some college they will not conduct the portion also. Why that again the practical examination external is brought into picture once again? Because where the mechanical branch is not there, that subject was number of experiments conducted is only 1 or 2. Because both are internal. System only make to act that way. That should not be. Monitoring and leadership is very, 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 very important, including HOD and HOD. Even teacher also. ಮನಸಾಕ್ಷಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಅದು ಅಲೋ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳು ಮಾಡಿಸಿಲ್ಲ. That is also important. That is what actually required. So, if that awareness comes, then definitely 80% of internal and 20% of SW definitely happens. So that way it is called formative assessment, continuous observation. Even there one of our teacher, one of my colleague, he has done his PhD in management. What is the simple topic, you know? The person who is appearing for the practical examination, analyzing him and assigning the proper mark for him. That's all. He awarded degree, PhD degree from the Suratkal NITK for that. It's way back I'm telling about in the 2004, 2005, that times I'm telling. So just imagine from the door how he enters, what is his mental status, how his body gestures, how he reacts while picking up the paper, how he answers, how he performs, observing all the things, making out the parameter and listing, and then giving a marks. If the class strength is less, it is effective. If class strength is 120, 180, of course, merits and demerits are there. Many things collectively evaluation is required. Mapping, open book examination, this all I told about this. Adequate student support systems, learner center, setup of the clubs, different clubs with a faculty assigned, examination center, IQSSL, then socio-economical disadvantaged groups, assessment monitoring committee. Even assessment also need to be monitored. Oh, next session over to next session, I'll finish it. Adequate support system, the same thing I told. These are all, I will leave this PPT, you can see later, you can go through it. These are ongoing initiatives, 21 days student induction programs, we have to conduct in a real sense only. That is also not happening. If that is also conducted in a very systematic way, definitely you can have the importance of individual branch, minors and honors, just to enhance the employment opportunities. So mechanical person can do in minor in computer science. Interdisciplinary approach in the projects. It's better to develop, collaborate with the mechanical and electrical with the chemistry, electrical with the electronics, something like this. Always a better. So which leads to normally paper. It comes out as a paper. That is the main important thing. Certificate programs. INAC Incubation Center we have started already. That entire new building, south building, which is very big building now. I don't know how many of you have seen that. That building was totally kept for innovation, incubation. Instead of we going and occupying that, we are actually started ripping out in the last year only. My cabin was very big, again attached one and anti-chamber also to have relax also, something like, and there is a section for making a tea and other poultry also. All that kind of arrangement was there. Now we have given up that particular thing. So now innovation centers are coming up in the universities. It's a good thing. That's one of the initiative what is actually happening in this. Jnana fellowship, it's a pretty thing. In university, we are giving around 35,000 for research scholars who register for a full time, and still there are 11 vacancies. If somebody are ready to come, definitely, now also you can enter there. Of course, in some of the college, they are paying only 25, 30,000 only salary. For them, it is more better. May not be suitable here. Right. Multiple entry exit options. Actually, it is not working out. Nobody has taken any chance out. Only it is happening. Previously also it is happening in the form of say readmission. We are given fantastic name that multiple entry exit. And we are giving the certificate also. After second year, we are giving the degree, undergraduate certificate, and then diploma, then degree certificates. That provision is there. It is there in the regulations. You can always make out. This is end of it actually. Still the many points are there, I not covered. Some of the cartoons I would like to show it. It's my nature. In my presentation, I always go with the cartoons. I have nearly around 120 something cartoons, which suits for different this one. If you look at one angle, from one angle, it suits for the student also, it suits for the teacher also. This one. If you look at this one as a mentor, you have to mentor properly to select the proper tracks, vertical subjects for the student. If the student is observing this one, he has to select the proper branch. He has to select the proper tracking in the sense, career option also, something like it will go. Now you take it as a mentor only. You have to advise the student to guide them to put them in a proper interested track, not of your subject. Right? That's mean. Drive should be inside. ಅದು ಒಳಗಿಂದ ಬರ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಾಗಿಂದ ಬರಬೇಕು. Internal expansion happens, it is expansion. If the from outside, it is a collapse. External force will not serve the purpose. It should come from the inside only for the expansion purpose. So motivation should be in that particular fashion for the student to drive from inside so that they can cultivate and perform well. Second, curriculum should be pleasure, teaching. The students should enjoy your teaching. They should not feel a pressure like this. Before marriage and after marriage. Before marriage, jolly. ಹಿಂಗ ವೀಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಅದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡು ಒಟ್ಟು ಅಡ್ಡಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರ ಅವರು. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ 20 ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಸವಕಾಶ. Even it applies to working also. HOD ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಾರ್ದು. ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಬಿಡಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಪೆಡಗಾಗಿನೂ ಸರಿ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? One has to be disciplined. If you are not disciplined, if the students are not disciplined, more number of backlogs. If we are not disciplined, mismanagement. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಬಂದು ಬಿದ್ದು ಯಾವ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ತೆಗ್ಯಾವ. ಇನ್ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂತು, NBA ಬಂತು, ಇದು NRF ರ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಬಂತು, ಇವು ಬಂತು, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬಂತು, ಹುಡುಗರು ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದದ, ನಾಳೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಬ್ಲೂ ಬುಕ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಂಗ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಹಾಕಕ್ಕೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಾಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಮಿಸ್ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್. Planning, implementing in a disciplined way so that you'll be comfortable. May sometime it require to work little bit more. Sometime you may need to seek the help of the juniors also. I am taking help from my daughter. Mobile na ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವಿಷಯ ಗುರ್ತಾಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವಿಷಯಗಳು, ಇವನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಡ್ರಾಫ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ, before knowing that chat GPT and Quillbot AI and Grammarly, I used to take help of my daughter. They are from English medium, and those two, my daughters are very, communication is very fantastic. Only based on the communication they are selected in the companies, even in the during this one, Corona time also. So I used to take the help. He dropped me a letter for this. I want to communicate this. Yeah. Nothing wrong in the seeking the help from the juniors or student also. Initially, while electrical CAD, I taught with the help of, say, diploma students. Diploma student already studied that particular, say, AutoCAD subject, and it started, guiding me. Then I became expert in that, and I was invited by the so many colleges in the Maharashtra for 6 to 7 days conduct the workshop. Tell you, my dear friends, how much remuneration I got it? Every day 10,000 rupees minimum. Still the people invite me. There is a subject design with a drawing, AutoCAD. But in video it is removed now. It is elective subject for elective. But you should not be driven. You have to become driver. If you are every time it depends on other only, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಲಿಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗ್ತಿ ಇವ್ರದ ಲಾಭ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಗೆ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. All this will see make the effective implementation of the NEP. This is just a hint I'm telling it. That's all. Human A. Finally, see all the people as a human being. That's it. That's it. Teamwork important. If you say that my subject has student are 100%, but what is the overall result? All fail. Because one performance is very bad and students are all failed. What is the effect of that? You can't claim that you are success. Teamwork is very important. Coordination is very important. Building the culture, that coordination culture in the department for every newcomer by the HOD and the existing faculty. Very, very important. Team idrane you survive. Illadre illa. This is all what I want to say. That's all. That's all. If anything, if any of the questions, I think it is already late. I overshot it. Maybe the next person will be waiting.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your knowledge. We appreciate all the valuable insight you have provided.
I would like to request Professor Sunil Sinde, HOD of MCA, to present the memento to our today's resource person, Dr. S.B. Halbavi, sir. Thank you, sir.
I request everyone to follow for small tea break.
Hello? Hello? KLECET?
I request every participant to gather soon.
I can. Yes. Yes, good evening. And again, today's session is I'm going to discuss how to write the research, your own research article, irrespective of domain your interest. How to write your own. So for writing, I said a previous class, a previous session, you should have an knowledge of what you have referred, what you have read from the particular paper. Okay, already in paper hard copy is with you, and you have to even in the previous session I have given the some key points you have to extract. So by reading the paper abstract and the conclusion, abstract conclusion, you can guess what exactly researcher in that paper their aim, methodology, then how many papers they have referred for literature survey, what they have extracted like aim, particular techniques. Okay, so that thing. So uh, hope everyone having this hard copy. Sir, hard copy, just distribute the hard copy. So you see, better what you have to do whenever you are reading any research paper, no, use a pencil and you mark it wherever you after reading the particular abstract, no. So your focus is to identify these things. Okay, so in the today discussion with a continuation of previous session. So today I am going to cover this content of my presentations are like case study of the article discussion points. So the case study already I have prepared those points. Okay, so you can later on you can refer you can read the paper, you can extract. Okay, so and then again we'll go for what is research paper. Broadly I am going to explain an anatomy of research paper, how the research paper looks like for the standardness. If you are applying for standard journal or standard conference, what they are looking basically anatomy, standard format for writing research papers. So to write your own paper, which later on you wanted to publish in the good journal, reputed journal. So what are the key points you have to highlight? In detail explanation of paper contents and finally conclusion. Okay. So here the case study of the article discussion points. So we have taken a one paper that is called IoT application opportunities and threats. It is in line with the FDP. In a FDP, your FDP, the main theme of FDP is Internet of Things emerging application. Under that same domain, we have taken this paper. In this paper, it is a review paper. The author of the papers are like three members are there. It is shown there. Three authors from the foreign countries. They have come up with their own idea. This is a, see, I tell you, research paper has a two category, two types. Basically, many types are there. One is review paper. Review paper means there is a no contribution of the researchers. Only reading, analyzing, understanding technology, understanding the domain interest, focusing the what to do. Then they are writing. That is nothing but literature paper or review paper. One more paper is a regular paper where they are going to identify one domain. In that domain, they start implementing certain using programming language by considering the different database. They will implement, get the results, and after the result analysis, they will come up with a graph and these that the desired result whether they achieve or not. They will write a program, write a particular papers. And they will contribute their work and also conclusion they will write. So that is regular paper. Okay, so in this case study, the paper what we have chosen is IoT opportunity and threat. It is a totally article paper. Here, looking at this paper, here the three authors, they are not going to contribute any technical implementation. Okay, so in the key point where I have mentioned the technical implement, you can write any also, or you can write overview. I am going to explain what they have contributed. Okay, so case study is nothing but look at the figure here itself is case study. Okay, Case study itself is you wanted to get the knowledge, you want to know the subject expertization, research what they have done, methods what are the criteria. See, every paper has a drawbacks or the criteria, data what they have used, what evidence they have considered, what they are going to conclude the paper. So this is case study. We have taken the particular one paper, that is IoT opportunities and threats. Okay, so look at here. Wait. Mouse over kagala. Just close it, huh? Once finished, run mattering just down. Okay, article is IoT application opportunity and threats. This is the case study. In this case study, as I explained the previous class, previous session, article summary contents. These are the three important key points we have to extract from the paper. Key principle are the practices from the article. See, article is nothing but a research paper. Application of principal practices in your functions. Okay, with respect to your feeling, what functions you are reading, that is what you have to extract. Key takeaway from the article. These are the three main core components you have to remember. Under the one component of key principle or the practice from the article, you need to extract the different things. First one is aim. Next one is objective. Next one is literature review. Good. Abu sir. Aim. As I said, aim is try to understand the three different researchers will be there now. So I am going to share this PPT. Don't worry. So we need to see, someone has written these three papers, foreign author, they have written paper, they have written somewhere, they are not exactly, they have focused the aim, they are written simple. We need to identify in the abstract what exactly what they wanted to do. Okay, they are also like previously scholars or PG students or postdoctoral fellows. Okay, they wanted to write a program, they wanted to write a one good paper, they are always having a aim. So their aim is to know the various IoT application opportunity, threats, security issues and the limitations. Their aim is to focus. Right now we have a IoT. So from the yesterday morning session and today also session you attended IoT. What is IoT? Best example I'll tell you. Presently we are having so many IoT devices available in the market. So many like Alexa, Siri, like any other devices are available. We are enjoying the devices. With respect to this paper, we are going to see that IoT application opportunity and threats. We are having Alexa, no problem. By paying 12,000 or 15,000, we can bring the Alexa device, keep in a corner, and we can ask many things. Today, who is the chief minister? What is going on? How many rivers are there? Many things you can ask, it will give. Provided internet connection and updated knowledge, that is opportunities are more. From wherever you are sitting, you can ask many things you want. I want the content of one paper, I want the IoT talk, IIT talk, automatically it will play, it will video will start, audio will start. Okay, so you can, opportunities are many with the help of need not to go to the Google, type it. I am weak in typing, or I maybe I am a very serious patient. Okay, it is very difficult so to operate mobile, see Google searching. So with the help of Alexa, opportunities are there. That is what IoT. Threats is nothing but what is threat in that? We are sharing our own personal information. Like I please, can you Alexa, can you please tell me the my balance? If you tell, no, it will ask, please give me your password. If you say 123 is my password, automatically it will take and it will say your current presently you are in balance, there is a 10,000 rupees. Opportunity is there. Okay, but threat is your password, it will remember. Like that, we are sharing many information, like we are searching one information, it will take data, store it and it give it to the advertise company. So advertise company immediately send us a message to the Facebook. That is how the business is going on presently. So many threats are there. Our own data, confidential data, it is taken by someone and third party, they will send a through message. That's why we are receiving so many calls. We are presented one paper in the one conference. That conference organizer, they are selling the our data, mobile or email, to the third party. They will call. They will say, hey, we are hosting the conference, Springer conference. Please enroll, like that message. We are surprising is how they are sending. That is how threats. Okay, so their aim is to know the various IoT application opportunity, threats, security issues, and limitations. This is what the main aim. Okay, so next is objective. What objective they have considered for the in this paper? The first objective, they have identified the certain in line with the aim. We need to understand here. Identify the certain features of the proposed work. So they have referred some few papers. In that paper, they have identified some of the key features, like opportunity. What are the main features are there? Okay. Next, studied the various benefits. So using that IoT devices, what are the benefits are there? So he used so many applications like agriculture, like healthcare, logistic. He has referred. So in that, various benefits of IoT. Next is objective is understand the IoT application working principle. See here, features one is objective, second one is benefit, third one is IoT application. The fourth one is come to know few issues. Okay, among all three, last one is issues, means some drawbacks. Make use of IoT, there are some issues are there. So this particular IoT has some drawback. Every device has its own drawback will be there. Same thing here. These are the objective of this paper. Okay. Next again, literature review performed. So in this paper, how many actually here what you have to do is literature review performed. How many paper, what type of paper he referred? He referred maximum Springer, elsewhere, Taylor Panzers also he referred. And we see similarly we have to apply for the other papers when you start reading. Similarly, what are the years? Which years he has taken? Like presently 23 year he published means 22, 21 he has taken. Okay. How many papers? Like in the reference, he mentioned 41 paper, but he referred only in the literature survey 4 paper. Those 4 papers are related to his aim. Okay, that you need to understand. Then also identify the few actual drawback or the issue from the referred papers. What are the issues are there? Among the 4 paper, 1 or 2 papers, obviously further study, there is some issues. There may be a technology weak. Some they are unable to confidentiality is not that much. So like that you have to identify. Next, gap analysis. So in the gap analysis, with respect to literature survey, as I discussed in the previous class, gap analysis means what? Analyzing the gap between the two different researchers. Okay, so different researchers, see, two scholars are there. They have come up with their different paper, but the approach remains same. So again, looking at his point and his point, both are try to achieve, but it is not possible. There is a gap. So that we need to understand here. Among the 4 paper, what are the gaps are there? That is based on the literature survey, we analyze the general structure, architecture, broad areas of its application. So here, as I said, no. So if it is regular paper, very easily we can analyze the gap. Whereas here is a application wise, like healthcare application, logistic application. So I have tried to analyze, these are the gaps. Okay, so that is what IoT platform, what are the structure, architecture, how differ. They have said IoT, if the smaller the IoT, opportunities are more, means still it is minute, it is very difficult. Battery backup constraints are there, signal is weaker, then again device may not support, like that. Platform also were mentioned. The need for the latest industrial automation, importance of the application in the smart industry. So industrial latest automation, how it is going on, also they have discussed. That is gap analysis. What it says that still IoT device require many more in the society. For example, medical sector, still IoT based application is untouched. Look at other side, no, as I said, Alexa will be there, these, that Siri will be there, like that. In future also, healthcare sector also we require many of the IoT device. So that is in the gap analysis, he mentioned that still in automation industries, latest industrial automation, they want to improve the application for the smart industries. Okay, then emergency response operation still has a research untouched. Emergency like ambulance, no. So ambulance also we require some kind of IoT device looking for. For example, one patient, he is suffering from first heart attack, first symptom, first mark. Then immediately doctor suggested, heart doctor, you have to meet every 15 days. Then he come up with a one IoT device. He will say to wear always. Whenever something goes wrong, no, up and down, doctor message will go, as well as ambulance will be will immediately uh, pick. So like that, in the gap analysis, what we come to know that we need to structure, architecture also looking changes in the platform, also the industrial automation to make a smarter application, also emergency response operation, still we wanted to, means IoT opportunities still it is there. With looking at all this gap analysis, what we come to know, the opportunities are more. Okay, threats we'll see later on, issues under. Next, second point, application of principle practice in our function. What method they have used? Method means, again, as I said, no, this is a research article paper. They have not come up with any methodology. They have identified the different technology what they have used in the IoT. IoT, for example, Alexa, no, Alexa, what technology they have used? 3G, 4G network, which Geo or BSNL or any other services. How they have provided services. If the Geo is not offering any particular medical related information, then again the device is not working properly. Like that, here application principle, we need to understand the methodology. The author used existing tools, technique for distributed intelligence. Okay, so everything is presently IoT is beyond the intelligence they are planning to include. So that is what here author says, that existing tool techniques are using for the distributed intelligence. They used open system and the standard principles. So presently what we are having a operating system, IoT device are there. They use open CV. As we know that in academic also, in industry also, everyone is going for open CV, because many threads are coming into the picture. So better open CV, it is, you can develop, you can share your contribution, as well as there is an security. Like their open system and standard principle they have adopted in the network system also. Okay, some protocols they have followed, and there is a strict you should not bypass the firewall. Okay, like that. Suggest how real time production and the data transfer takes place in the IoT. Okay, so here also in methodology they said that how real time production with respect to throughout the worldwide, everyone is behind the IoT device. How real time they are going to supply, and how the data transfer, whether the how many Alexa they are going to use in the worldwide, everyone know. How many are we are using mobile, everyone know. Everyone watching YouTube, whether says, hey, someone is using YouTube with they are watching something and wait for some time, no, everyone is real time. So they have contributed their methodology, what technology they have used, depending upon Geo, depending upon BSNL, their own methodology. So it is giving a comfortness. Like that, analyze the improvement in the production and also lack of security issues and threats to the handling of IoTs. So we know that IoT devices are there, no problem. Completely we are dependent. Like right now we are using mobile, no? In mobile everything we are searching. We are asking for smart shoes, clothes, t-shirts, watch, everything we are asking. Then third party will come to know our informations. In future it will definitely, even you we go for a more Reliance Bazaar, no? So 1 month complete in materials we will take. Next month immediately they will send a message. How they will come to know? Like that, our data we are sharing. So here in the methodology, what they have mentioned, depending upon what service, how they are providing. Okay. Next one is a database. Database, data set creation, representation, consideration. As I said, no, so this is not regular paper or not implemented paper. So here database, they have not used database, but they have considered here the article itself is going to address the technical transfer in medical, in logistic, in some other area, in healthcare. So how they have used data. Okay, right now, so in a healthcare sector, data is different. That data, patient data, doctor knows. Whereas some other advertisement, customer data known by the company. Like that, technological transfer they have focused in the data representation. Various IoT devices are used for information access and retrieval. So we are using different IoT device. How comfortable? So data they are gathering, storing. Okay, so that is also, these two things are in that paper. Actually, to be frank, in the review paper, data sets they are not used, but here they have referred technology transfer as well as the data set. Okay, access and the retrieval of the data. Next, result and discussion, what they have said is they have not implemented. They are going to say that in future you just go with this technology, the better IoT device opportunity is more, as well as threat can also we can prevent. Like that, they have said. We have studied and examined the application of IoT in various sectors, including healthcare, home automation, smart agriculture, smart cities, industrial control, security, and also it collects the various data from the industrial system related to production, manufacturing, information system, focusing on real-time data, data flow and decision support system. These are the different area where they address to focus and to develop to enhancement of the present IoT device, so that opportunities are more. Yeah, even we have to take care of the threats. Okay, so that is what here the scope. Next on the point is scope of the paper. So looking at all these paper, what is the scope for the paper further studies? That is what scope. The paper explore the emerging technical application in the IoT landscape, discussing various scopes such as smart cities, smart home, transportation system, shopping area, agriculture, livestock, healthcare. These are the area where exploring is going on. Some researchers from the worldwide, they are focusing on developing what presently we are using IoT device. Beyond that, they are exploring their own contribution to development of better IoT devices. That the scope of the paper. So after reading this paper, what I come to know that, okay, so see, I am new to this IoT. Okay, I am very much interested to write a one paper in IoT. So I have referred after that scope of the paper. It tells that so I can go for smart home. Many things are there still not achieved, and also transportation, logistic. Many things are there. Then again, smart city, agriculture, livestock, healthcare, education. See, look at livestock and the agriculture, both are one another related. Many things are there still untouched. We can, that is what this paper will say. Then again, next one is key takeaway from the articles. So here, what important key takeaway we have taken is this paper address the screening study. Key key point is, after knowing all this paper information, what is the importance is only screening, no? Only different healthcare, transportation, some other IoT devices. We are only reading. We come to know the technology. That is only screening will be there. Okay, so the first conclusion, the paper addressed the screening study. Hence, we have studied the various opportunity and threats. So, opportunity, we know that any device, opportunity is there, equally threat also there. So, this is what we have taken key takeaway. Next one is issue of the papers. So, after knowing a particular the different domain related, I come to know that is author performed a technological survey. Technology 3G, it should be like this. 4G betterment, 2G the same thing. There is a too much of threats, opportunities are very less, like that they have mentioned. We need to focus the several essential areas such as wireless sensor and the nanotechnology. This is what the further issues. Okay, they have said that okay, this is presently IoT devices are there, these are the compatible, but in future we can go for wireless sensor. Right now wireless sensors are there, we are receiving so many data. Also nanotechnology, small minute device will analyze. That is what intelligence also they are considering the nanotechnology. Okay, then the further study point again we need to identify here. So how to overcome presently what is there in database, with respect to database, with respect to data transfer rate, with respect to technical improvement, that author stated that privacy and security are needed. Privacy still, see, as I said, no, IoT device we are using private purpose of our own purpose we are using, but privacy again through internet, through device, it will spread over the network. Then again privacy, then security definitely, because everyone is presently everyone through mobile only ordering, purchasing, everything is going on. So once the, if someone take your mobile immediately, they won't all complete your bank balance. Okay, like that security. Also address the complexity and the compatibility the issues. Complexity, if you are you going for 3G 4G network with IoT device, what IoT device processor, how it perform, complexity, how many user at a time can behind one Alexa you bring into your home, and 10 members are there, family member, all 10 family member, they are sitting in the corner, these here and there. One is asking for health related information, one more is asking for education, one more is kids are asking these are why. Then again, what is the complexity of the processing, how data is giving, whether it is 3G 4G, that also further study. Okay, so those kind of device we are badly looking. Then again, this author, see, I am not going to written anything, so I have read from the particular paper I have collected and I am presenting you in front of you. Enhancement of the dependability of the existing technology by using AI approach. So presently you may be heard about IoT. We know that IoT is that right now IoT with AI, every device, everything in the world moving into the attaching of AI ML. So that is how you can further study IoT, existing IoT with a technological advancement with a AI approach is a further study. These are the takeaway. Okay, so please close. So my request is everyone should try to extract these points from the all the paper. Actually, we are planning to consider two paper. One is regular, one more is survey paper. Because of time constraint, I have referred only survey paper. Okay, so like that you have to focus. Looking into here, we know that what is research paper. It is like paper, like a scholar or the researchers or the scientist. They have implemented one work, one small work, and they have shared into the shared into the other research scholars in the form of particular format, that is paper. What the paper is nothing but scholar work presented in the form of paper. So it consists of too many things are there. So that is what research paper here. Okay, so the anatomy of research paper, if you try to write a paper, you should have a mandatory title, should be very catchy title. Abstract is compulsory. Without any one component from these, if you written, no, then it is not going to accepted by the standard journal as well as a conference. They will reviewer will be there immediately. They will catch. They will send a reply. This is not, you have not declared this that. Okay, then introduction will be there. Context. Okay, in the paper try to understand whether which context will be there, background, then prior work, previous work, literature survey, it will give a clear idea. Problem definition, you need to define problem. Then again identification, definition. Okay, then again formulation, how you are going to formulate your own. See, these three are one another same, but they have mentioned problem identification means I don't have any, see, I am new to this field. I am referring many papers. I have identified, on the top of the identified I wanted to add few more things. Identification, definition, I know that I am last 5 year I am reading this all this paper, I am good in this domain. I am going to define, that is define. Formulation means after definition I wanted to design my own compactness. Okay, so I want to I am planning to bring a one kind of device into the market. You are formulating, that is what these three, all three are look like same but it is different. Problem modeling, so as per the problem definition and the identification, you can make your own modeling with the help of mathematical modeling. Okay, so that is problem modeling. Formulation will be there. Again, approaches, what approaches you wanted to use, and how a solution you are getting, whether you are getting 100% or 80 90. And okay, after getting, what is your contribution, whether you have achieved or not, contribution should be highlighted. Insight of the paper, then validation, verification, so what data you are taking input, whether getting output, verification is going on or not, whether it is clarity will be there or not, the data. Experimentation, results, result discussion, how the results, different possibility of test cases you have performed. Conclusion, speculation is nothing but the beyond further study, what we said, no? So the speculation, up and down. Okay, so this paper, this research work is optimal or to be improved, that was speculation. References, bibliography, so these are the thing, anatomy research paper, simple, it is giving. Then looking into the standard format of writing research paper. So in the previous session I have said how to read and key points you have collected. Then again you are in one corner you are planning to write your own paper. These are the points you have to remember. The first one is the title of the paper you have to define. Then abstract, introduction, literature survey, motivation, problem definition, other statement, overview of the system architecture. Then methodology use, technical implementation, mathematical modeling. Then database collection, representation, experimental result analysis, discussion, conclusion, further scope, and the references. Okay, look at here. One by one in detail I am going to explain here. Title of the paper, how you have to write. See, I am new to this writing a paper, so how to define, you can see title of the paper you better define at the end. Once you written complete paper, no, you can initially you just think okay, only small title. Okay, title of the paper, it tells that the researcher which area, what kind of problem solved, which techniques, these three questions. Whoever will see your paper, no, it should be very clear to this question. Okay, it should be unique and summarized small title. It should not be like 4 line 5 line. It should be maximum 2 or 2.5 line. It should cover all these points. I'm going to explain the next slide, very important one example I have taken. It should be unique and unique, it should be unique and summarized small title. It helps to improve citation. Why we are doing all this? to improve the citation. You know that in the research community, citation is important. You publish one paper, but it is no one is using. What is the citation? No. It should, after publishing in good journal, it should cite. Then only your citation and the H indexing, I indexing. Everyone is asking how much is H indexing, I indexing. Then only they will consider you as a researchers. Like especially IIT, NIT professor. Before approaching, before you wanted to meet, no, you are asking, sir, can I take admission, PhD? Can you become a guide for me? They will ask, what is H indexing? How much is there? Then this will help you. So when you are writing a paper, you should have this. For example, the title, like example, you can say Talash Hindi movie. Okay, so that is what they have written is Talash. Okay, so why they have written something is catchy. That is how you have to title of the paper should be. You have to use. See here, how to write a good title for a research article easily. Firstly, you have to focus what is the topic. See, as soon as we see the if scholars searching a title paper, they will see first title. In the title itself, he will come to know, hey, it is mine domain related, planning to download. If the particular title is not relevant, then he will go for next paper. Title should be topic, which method involved, what was studied, what was found. I'll give an example. Write keyword for each answer. Make a sentence 6 to 15 word. I said no, not like 5 line, 6 line. It should be 2 line maximum. Working title should be good one. You can edit. You can make a unique title. For example, how you have to define the title is form of defining a title as a novel approach for whatever it is. A novel approach for development of IoT device for healthcare sector. This is the one title. You are come up with your own design of IoT device you wanted to bring, that you can use novel approach. One more way, design methodology for, that is methods. New framework. Right now you are implementing software. New framework. Methodology for using SVM algorithm, like that you can write. Dot dash technique used based on. Okay, like that. See, you just go through the different author text, different journal, good journal title. Then you will come to these are the different title they are referred. Example: support vector machine based approach for text description from the video. Methodology for sign language video analysis into text in Hindi language. Look at, just read the title. You will come to know the complete information. This paper belong to so and so area. Let us say example, support vector machine, SVM based. This is one technique. Okay, SVM based approach for text description from the video. That means very clearly we come to know that there is a one video. From that video, some text information will be there. They are analyzing with help of SVM. Okay, like the same different title, it should be meaningful. Okay, so like that you have to. Then next in the paper, keywords. The keyword enhance the discoverability and aiding scholars in finding, citing and connecting the relevant studies. So keyword, very with help of keyword, citation also improves. Okay, compulsory you have to see that keyword. Your paper should vibrate like a bridge, no? In the bridge, particular stones will be there. If you try to touch the completely bridge will collapse. So like that, keywords are very important. Okay, so when you search a keyword, no, automatically it will go to your paper only. So that is, it captures the essence of your paper and it helps the paper searchable and ensure to get a more citation. Okay, searching is also very easy and also mainly focus on this citation. Example, keyword like support vector machine classification. You are using, your paper is totally dependent on SVM classification. Okay, like that, video processing, pre-processing also we are using, because without pre-processing you cannot extract the or pre-processing. Without pre-processing you cannot do segmentation, cannot do feature extraction. So that is also you can take edge detection. So without edge detection we cannot go for extracting the work, because once we identify the edges of the particular shape of whichever it is, edge detection is important. So that is also one keyword. Okay, so like that, introduction. Second, next point is in introduction. Why we have to write introduction? Because the scholar wanted to know what background of this paper. In the introduction, we should cover. It should cover the area chosen for research work. See, look at the papers. What they have written. They are focusing IoT based. Even in the implementation part, they have done with some different concept, but they are choosing here area chosen for research work. Then they are going to focus, address the existing system and issues. In the introduction, second line or third line, they are going to say that existing systems are available, but there are some issues. Next point you have to consider is latest work carried out and comparison. There are in market so many IoT devices are there, comparatively cheaper, comparatively good one, like that you have to address and create a interest for the reader. What is your aim in the introduction? You just refer the introduction. At the last line, it should be create a interest to the reader, because some of the researcher what they will do, instead of reading complete paper, someone will read abstract. They will come to, oh, this is related to my area, guide will suggest a good paper, they will start reading. So they will go with the first introduction. In introduction, if these points are there, at the last line create a interest for the reader to your own aim, then he will say, next line, next section very interesting, they will go, otherwise they will stop. If this relevant information is irrelevant, then definitely we'll stop reading, because reading a one paper minimum require 3 months to know the researcher work. One any good paper, Springer elsewhere paper, no, to understand the main theme of this paper, minimum you have to spend 3 months time. Rigorously you have to read. That's why you just see IIT, NIT scholars, they are referring paper too much. They are writing these, that. So looking at their paper only, you will come to know that they have referred several times. In that way, we have to see our researchers also there. The single dot not there in the paper. Okay, so that is how you have to put an effort to understand the, like a research paper. Introduction will be there, importance will be there, background will be there, and context. As I said, no context. Okay, so that is what here. Then also we need to maintain this. That is, show the importance to the everything. Then remember the state of the hypothesis. What assumptions you are planning to consider also you need to highlight. Cite the introduction thoroughly. Even citation also allowed in 1, in 2 also you can. Even not necessarily in literature survey only you have to cite. Even introduction also you can cite. Then again, avoid using many citation for a single point. So in the introduction itself, every all 25 paper citation in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 don't use. 1 or 2. Okay, because it is a introductory will be there. Then again, provide an overview of the research paper. So complete overview should be required. Ensure it is in brief to avoid a redundancy. It should not be redundancy. It should be very clear. So that is what you have to refer in the introduction. Then again, next after an introduction, next content is summary. Summary will help the scholars who is reading your paper. No, they will come to know that okay, this section this is there, this section this is there. Okay, this is the index of the paper. So here you should follow this compulsory brief overview of what the whole research is about. It describes your research to the readers completely, and it tells the clear idea that in the next section all the information going to cover. Okay, so this summary is also important. You may be good in implementing, you have written everything, but summary is very weak, then again reviewer will reply. Your summary should not be in a particular format. You should use like example summary they have written in section 2. I'm going to discuss about related work of the so and so. In section 3, I'm going to discuss this. Section 4, section 5, section last section, I'm going to conclude with a further study. This is how you have to mention. Then looking at what is literature survey. Okay, so literature survey is a headache one. So I tell you, to read someone paper, it is very headache. Then again, it play a very important role in defining unique problem statement. So I am very new to the IoT. I wanted to know. Then you must and should involve yourself in the literature survey. Then to define problem statement. Okay. Then it help to know work carried out so far. Okay, with the help of literature survey, I come to know that okay, so many things are happened in the last year, this year also emerging different devices are coming into the market, like that you will come to know. Identify the limitation also issues. Okay, after referring after performing literature survey, you will come to know some of the issues. Okay, so this then create a motivation. So this literature survey help to motivate you to go for defining your own problem statement. Presently, I don't have an literature survey. I wanted to define problem statement, but your problem statement is very narrow. To strengthen, to make very broad, you should go for literature survey. For a best example, I tell you, I want to purchase one good mobile for my own purpose. Okay, so then immediately I'll go to the market. I will give the 10,000. If I bring the mobile, then again no use. What we'll do? We'll ask our friends. 10,000 cost, is there any mobiles, different company? Then they will say this mobile is not working properly, battery problem, this, that. This is what literature. After that, you will decide, okay, we have to go in that particular mobile only. So that in that way you can go. Then again, literature survey, usually scholars, what they will do, they will dump their abstract, put into the paper, and these that rewriting or a paragraph tools are there, they will submit to the paper. Then plagiarism will come into the picture. Someone work, no, literature, see, usually plagiarism will come to the, even implementation part, you are writing your own word. But when the, how to avoid plagiarism in the literature is a very headache. So in that case, those key points what I discussed, no, in that way you have to extract uniquely and you represent in the literature survey. Then I tell you, 99% is you will get a zero plagiarism. Okay, so that is what beware of plagiarism in the, especially in the literature survey. So in the literature survey, these are the steps are there, like search for the relevant literature survey in the internet, then evaluate the sources, identify the themes, and outline the one structure. You start writing your own paper. Okay, like that will be the literature survey. Then general format. So literature survey, how to perform literature survey, this is what the general format. Okay, so you need to find out the aim first. Okay, then methodology, then result analysis, and the conclusion. So how to do literature survey? Related work done, study details, latest year papers like 2022, 23, 24, IEEE transaction. I suggest you do, you always use a good journal only. IEEE transaction paper. Next, Springer, Elsewhere, ACM, Taylor Francis, and Wiley. These are the top branded. Okay, so these are the papers you have to refer. If you are applying for IEEE transaction, better to use maximum IEEE transaction paper only. Even at the end of the journal board editor, they will request you also to cite our own paper. That is also one thing. And Springer, Elsewhere papers you should go through. Then for chosen topic, example video processing, you can search in the paper, like you have to put in this way. Okay, research paper topic plus IEEE, Springer, Elsewhere plus latest year plus PDF. Definitely you will get a complete papers. You can download the easily relevant papers. After downloading, what you have to do is, okay, so you have downloaded one paper, you just download it, and similarly you go for Springer, Elsewhere, and you can make in this folder ACM, Elsewhere, IEEE. Then you just download these year papers, and like 10 papers information based on the introduction literature survey, dump it like that. You have to do all these, and at the end you have to go for literature survey in this way. So in the literature survey, you need to identify there are three important points will be there. One is base paper, one is relevant paper, supporting paper, one more is relevant paper. Three important papers are there. What is relevant paper? Relevant paper is a paper which is relevant, like more distance will be there with your domain. Supporting papers are the paper very closer to your domain. Base paper is an exact paper where what you have planned, that is what it is called base. You have to go proceed. Even in the conference, even in the journal also, the editor will or the session chair will ask which is your base paper and which base paper you are implemented. Base paper. Okay, so exact paper. Okay, sometime in the paper itself, base 2 or 3 base paper are also there. So your guide or your supervisor will suggest these are the 2 base paper. With this paper only you have to go proceed for the further implementation. Okay, then again, only the abstract and conclusion should be you have to read from this paper, particular one paper. You should read only abstract and conclusion. You will come to know. Then aim, methodology, result analysis, and discussion, and the conclusion. If it is okay, then only you have to go for this. If here only abstract and conclusion itself is, it is not relevant to my domain, skip it, go for the next paper. Okay, like that you have to do. How to do literature section of the paper? So in the literature, okay, that is what, how you are reading and planning to write. Then here how to write it here is, you should always use in one, and don't use always in one, in two, in three, in four. In one you should use. Next one is you should write something and use paper two. Like that sequence should be, you just change the sequence. Author presented, you use author word. System, everyone using in system, in paper, you can use author contributed, author identified. Like that you have to use this word. So to avoid the plagiarism, so you can use in this way your own wording, and being covered like this. At the end also you have to mention the citation number. Depends on the journal type, they use a different format for the reference format. So this is not strict follow. So depending upon the journal board, they will suggest you have to go to the journal published article. You can refer like a single author. It is one, and many authors. ATEL will be there. Okay. Then end of the literature survey, you need to highlight this. Okay, your paper you should highlight. Issue identified from the paper, all the studied. How many issues you have identified, and also address the topic chosen is open to continue for a further research work. You have to come up with your own words. After literature survey, I come to know that the work is remain untouched in this area, so it is open to do many research. Like that, you have to write in the literature survey. So this is how the literature survey look like in the paper. You just go through, read it. Then next point is problem definition. See, all the points are in line. Without literature survey, you cannot define the problem statement. So then, with the knowledge of literature survey, I want to define problem statement. In the problem statement, as I discussed in the previous session, it should consider what input you are taking, how you are processing, that is what technique you are using, what output you are getting. So these three words will tell the others your problem statement. Okay, so very clearly you should use. I want to go market. This is the statement. So where you want to go, where you are started, and where you are reached. That, like that, the problem statement should be very clear. If your problem statement is a confusing one, then further research, other researcher may not follow. What technology you used, you may be addressed properly, but problem statement is not proper, then you will not get a desired results. Okay, so that is how you have to follow here problem definition. Let us see a simple example problem definition. The purpose of the study is to investigate the effect of computer aided instruction on the academic achievement of a third form. Okay, this is the problem statement. Under this, the first point is what you are going to do. Right now, this is what you are going to do. Then what is the researched, what is to be researched. What see, this shows direction. Who is involved, which type of data is involved, for what to do. Okay, that is IoT threat opportunities are there in this paper, literature review paper. So what is going to be done, what you are going to do in this paper. Problem statement is need to understand the different technology transfer. Next one is what is to be researched, means only different devices. Who is involved, all the different IoT devices are involved. Like that, you have to simple statement you have to make. Then overview of the system architecture. So you have to draw one outline. This is input, this is output, this is processing hardware, processor, and what to do further studies. Also, you have to mention in this users interaction. So, like outline you have to make. Then very important is comparative study of the existing techniques. You have to make one table. Comparative study of existing technique means I wanted to identify one techniques. Before that, we need to understand what are the different techniques are there in that particular domain. It may be image, it may be video processing. You have to use this table. Citation 1, 2, 3, 4. Then tools. First paper, which tools they have used and what technique they used. Then what accuracy they have obtained, 98% or 80% or 60%. Like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 papers you have to do. Then at the end, identify the new approach means based on this accuracy, based on the technique tools used, based on the issues studied in the literature survey, you need to identify. Okay, I use AIML, AIML approach. Again, CNN model I wanted to use. Like that, you have to write. This will help the reviewer. Okay, they have referred and they have come up with their own approach. Then technical implementation. Once all those things are over, simple implementation using programming language. Okay, so implementation part here is detailed explanation of methodology to solve the problem identified, then explaining the algorithm. So you have to write your own algorithm. I'll tell you algorithm how to write, such as training algorithm you should write, testing algorithm, classification, recognition. So this is with respect to video processing, image processing. As per the IoT, this case study paper, you need to identify here in the technical implementation is which technology, which IoT device are there, what they have implemented, what sensor they have used, what algorithm they have written. Okay, that is you have to know in technical. For example, in the technical paper implementation, you need to define in this way algorithm for training. Input, output should write it. Input, output, we need to perform these steps. Set of training samples is the input. Output is feature extracted value from the values are stored in the database. This is output. To accept this input and produce this output, to maintain the database, these are the steps. You should write in this way: begin and end. In between, step 1, consider the test sample 1. After that, performing pre-processing segmentation. Then step 3, extract the features from the image or the video, whatever it is, store them in a one database. One is over. Next, repeat the step 1. Again, go for considering the next sample. Then again, train the sample. Then again, perform same thing. Okay, it is a continuous process. Once the training is over, you can make and perform a model building. This model building will try to recognize your the work. Okay, like that you have to write algorithm for training testing. Okay, see this paper IoT application and opportunity threats. No, this paper algorithm is not there because it is a built-in device itself. They are explaining. This is a review paper. Okay, when you refer a regular paper, if they are not using this such algorithm, then that paper is not going to publish by Elsevier, Springer, Taylor Francis. You should not refer the local paper like a non-UGC or UGC. They are never mention anything. They should standard paper should mention. That's why I am suggesting you to go for only IEEE transactions, Springer, elsewhere. They are mentioning such type of the algorithm implementation. Okay, moving to here mathematical modeling. So most of the papers, especially in the Taylor Francis paper, they have used mathematical modeling to prove how they are getting the desired results. So what is mathematical modeling? As I said in the previous session, we have to make a modeling with the help of the mathematics. So like real time problem we have to consider, apply the mathematics and get the solution, interpret it into the external world as a solution. Real world problem we can, with the help of mathematical model, we can get the real time solution. Look at here example how you can define mathematical modeling. Define S is a system. Okay, S is a system equal to, open, I stands for input, TR stands for training, TS stands for testing, E for error, O for objective. Is it true? Can you implement? No, these all things are there. No. So see here, what is I? As I say, input samples. How many inputs are there? N number of inputs. I am considering 200 images, 200 samples. Then training will be there. Training is TR. TS is the testing. It is an input sample. Then E is nothing but, obviously when we implement, no, so obviously we will get so many errors. After knowing the errors, we are removing. So that is so many errors are there. So then O is nothing but output samples, whether we are getting output. So like that, I may be I1 to IN. You are giving different inputs, no? For example, we are using a mobile, we are using, accessing, we are performing so many operation, no? Whether to use only mobile for record, is that, no? And users are many, they use like that inputs. Training also, too many training, TR, S1 to sample, how many samples are there? S1 to SN. TS, testing, you can perform N number of testing. Error, when your system is not properly performing, you are try to diagnose the error. How many errors are? 10 error, you reduce to 3, 1, 0. Like that, errors also expected. O stands for output. So what desired output from 1 to N. So this is nothing but mathematical modeling representation. Where S is a system, where system consists of all these different entity, where each entity has a sub entity which fulfills the working simulation model. That is what the real time problem. Real time problem can be give the solution with the help of mathematics. Okay. Then as I explained here, real world problem, you are getting real world solution with the help of math problem. Make assumption, identify, construct it, interpret as a solution, and this is what the real world problem is going to solve. Okay, then database creation, representation, considerations. We need to create first. For example, image, video, sign language, whatever we are performing. No? So we need to create first. Database we have to create. Then we have to represent. Then how to use that one, and also consideration in our implementation. Okay. Then hardware and software equipment used to create database. Again, database come into the picture of what type of camera you are using, what type of video you are using. If it is good quality, then only further researchers can cite it. That it will help you to cite more and more. Camera device configuration for capturing the samples. How many samples? Whether your sample is few or huge, what standard samples. Environment setup for capturing the training samples. Training sample you have taken in the dark room or in the completely noise free room you have taken. So that itself is some setup you have to made a setup. Tabular form representation, you have to define problem statement like serial number, sample name and sample type. MP4, MP3. Okay, what type of video quality you are using. Detailed explanation of training and testing samples also you have to highlight in the database creation. Then implementation, as I said, implementation. It is giving evaluation approach methods and also data and the information. So here, what type of programming language we wanted to use, whether Python or any Java or C++, then which operating system supports and what hardware require, whether Core 3 machine or any advanced configured machine. Software identification also we require. Then which model is used for database training. Okay, so also we need to say SQL, MySQL is supporting or not. We have to see algorithm implemented, whether it is AIML or SVM or CNN model to use it. Also we should think in the implementation. And then also next one is technique used for pre-processing. So in the pre-processing, what techniques, normalization they are using, what tool they have used. Some readable tools are also there. So that also you need to identify. Segmentation, then classification, then prediction. So which algorithm you are using. Okay, then recognition. So recognition, what are the different algorithm you implemented? That also you have to focus. Then experiment result analysis and discussion. Here is a very important is once you get the results, what you need to understand is discuss the possibility and the result obtained. Okay, anyhow we get the results, output we obtain. After that, whether it is as per our requirement, whether is there any error, whether only 80%, whether it is 90%, why it is not 100%. This is what how result analysis and discussion. So in the discussion part, you need to highlight low quality database consider only few, like that you are going to discuss quality of the camera, these that researcher time also, because when the researcher let us see example, PG students 2 year they have to come up with this kind of results, but 2 year is not sufficient, then they are exhausted. In the discussion they will write the time with the help of time constraint. Analysis and discussion of the corresponding graph plotted you have to draw. See how the others, how the reviewers, how the research scholar come to know your data, your analysis with help of graph. Graph is compulsory. Graph and the table value should be highlighted in the paper. So you look at paper, no, first pass you have to go through this figure. If it is figure graph is there, then only good quality paper. Otherwise local journal paper, no, you just see no graph, nothing, only theory. That's why their paper is only in the low journal. Okay, so look at good journal. They have again table wise input values consideration, processing time. See, try to remember this. Processing time calculation should be identified from the paper. Or you are writing your own paper, you should write a processing. How much time it is taking to process your sample and get the results. How much time it is taking for pre-processing. How much time it is taking for feature extraction. Training. How much you are planning to use 500 images. 500 image or the video, when you click onto the training, no, it should within a minute it should finish. It should not take 1 hour 2 hour time. Even you are having a good configuration of machine, it should take a very less time. That is also processing time. If the processing time is high, then immediately you can go far. So that is also one thing. Rate of recognition means what exactly result you are getting, whether getting correct results or not correct results. Recognition based on these two parameters, you can say accuracy is 98, 98, 90 or 98. So how accuracy they have mentioned with the help of these two parameters. Okay, let us see example in a laptop. You are opening YouTube. After opening YouTube, YouTube has to open or some other website has to open. It should expecting. That is what recognition. Rate of recognition means what you are clicking, it should give. If you are clicking YouTube, it will start some other information, then user not comfortable. Processing time, one more example. If you click YouTube, after that 1 hour, 2 hours, still it is not opening, it is showing processing. It is also equal. So both are important key pointer to derive the accuracy. We are going to say my laptop is very efficient based on these two parameters. If these two parameter one is not matching, then again you completely you will suggest others, hey, this system is, this laptop is not correct, or it is not up to the working condition. Okay, like that you have to. Then table wise, as I said, no, you need to identify here serial number, the table values, description, whatever it is. It depending upon the your work, you need to consider like these samples and corresponding graph. These are the samples. What millisecond time it is taking. Time comparison with respect to time, no, because you are giving input values. Time how much it is taking. It is in the form of millisecond. You know what is millisecond? 1 second you divide it into small pieces. One piece is nothing but 1 millisecond. Our processor time is very critical. It has to process. Okay. Then again, this graph will say street. These are the samples. So these are the different values. Okay. Like that, recognition rate also. How much recognition rate will be there based on the number of sample and recognition rate 90%, 80%, like that. You need to identify. See, you just refer the good journal, then you will come to know. See, after referring good journal only, you will have an idea, then you can write. Okay. So like that, you have to identify different things like how many methods are there, sample 1, sample 2 values, and these are the graphs. Yes, sir. Okay. Conclusion, future scope, we have to identify. We have to, in our writing also, we have to highlight any papers. At the end, you have to, at the level of conclusion, the researcher is exhausted, they will write these are the further studies. Okay. Like that, you have to also plan. Very important is abstract. So you think when you are writing a paper, abstract should be at the last. You should not write abstract first. After all this, abstract should be right. So it gives the purpose and the idea of the study. It summarizes the research article, offer it a preview and highlights the key points. It helps to decide what to view entire work what to view, and it grabs the attention to the make and good first impression to the researchers. Whoever read your writing means you should be highlighted like the movie trailer. It is, you can say abstract is like a movie trailers. If in the market one good movie will be there, trailer they will release, and based on that people will come to know, then they will go. Abstract include these are the things will be there: result, method, introduction, discussion, conclusion. So these are the some points I have written. Just go through this. Then the main standard format of abstract writing is this: introduction should be 2 line, overview of the summary is 2.5 line, aim problem statement should be 2 line, methodology you have to highlight, scope. Entire paper you have discussed briefly, but in the abstract you have to collect it and trailer, the movie trailer, no, movie trailer, some important incident, some action, some these that, so that within a short period the audience will come to know, "Oh, this is a good movie." Okay. Like that, in this paper you have to highlight. This is what the abstract look like. The different research paper, reference paper should be used, different good journal with the latest year. See that reference paper should be latest year. Okay. This is a what the one structure will be there. It should be abstract, it should be problem statement like introduction, methodology, result, discussion, and conclusion. This is a one good skeleton where every journal board will see this one. Okay. The mistake to avoid in the scientific research paper publication is these 4 important: journal selection. Try to see, don't select non that is UGC. UGC also some good journals are there. Okay. Then again, ethical challenges also we have to see, research mistakes, then improve the formatting. We should stick on to the formatting. Then paper publication process, this is quite simple. Complete your drafting, then applying, preparing manuscript as per the journal, submit the manuscript reviewed, decision. If it is accepted, if it is rejected, acceptance will be there. Okay. So conclusion, conclusion should be very concise. You should highlight what you have done. Okay. This I'm going to conclude this.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir,
So
for sharing your knowledge.
thank you.
We appreciate all the value.
The participant wants to ask questions, you can. We'll be sharing the PPTs also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for patience listening, because almost all time is over, and this is completely bouncing research paper itself. Okay. So slowly. Huh? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.